38 minutes of stalling is impressive. That means a lot coming from LRXC. I gotta be honest. Cheers. Okay. So, let's rank some video games. I'm so fucking pissed at fucking Tier Maker because I had these games in order that we played them, but whatever. Fuck it. We're going in alphabetical because that's what Tier Maker wants to do. Let's put them in alphabetical. Glad you hit that softball. Thanks. Thank you, pitcher. All right. Bug Fables. These aren't fucking named what I named them, dude. Tier Maker, you're shit. You're shit and you're terrible. Definitely play again. So here's the thing, right? Probably play again. Ranking these games in any capacity would make no fucking sense because I played them for like 3 hours, right? So this isn't, you know, this isn't, what the fuck am I trying to say? This isn't, these aren't like, with the mini reviews too. Again, like I didn't play these games in full. We rolled credits on a couple of games. So there's only really like 2 games in here. Maybe 3 games that I feel like I could like adequately speak on in full. And even then, like only really one of them truly. But for the most part, this is like Request-A-Thon is a first impressions thing. Okay? We're trying these games and then we're seeing if we want to continue to play these games, right? So rather than ranking them S through D or whatever, I think it's more interesting to rank them as whether or not I want to continue to play them after playing them once, okay? Spencer, you're glowing. Thank you so much. Right back at you. I have my light on. I have my light above my monitor. Your new toothpaste tube has visible microplastics in it. You hate to see it. So, now that I've stalled for 38 minutes, this is an easy one. I played this game already. I like this game already. If you haven't played Bug Fables, and especially if you're a Paper Mario fan, I think you owe it to yourself to play Bug Fables. Bug Fables is phenomenal. Bug Fables is currently in the running as one of... In fact, where actually is the poll? Where is the poll standing right now? Hang on. How close is the poll? The poll has 3 hours left. Oh my god. If you haven't voted in the poll for this week's games, I just pinned it. I just pinned it in the lobby in the Discord. Let's take a look at the poll. Banjo-Tooie is winning with 6 votes. Second place is a tie between In Stars and Time and Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. So it doesn't look good for My Sims or Binding of Isaac. But, you know. But Banjo-Tooie is currently winning. Anyway, the current week winners of January are Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Bug Fables, Metal Gear Solid 3, okay? So those three games plus whatever wins this past week are gonna all go up against each other for the game of January, and then the January game is gonna go up against Undertale for the game of Request-A-Thon 2, and that game is going to continue to be played until we roll credits, basically. Assuming it's a story-based game. Anyway, Bug Fables is awesome. Again, if you like Paper Mario, Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi games, but also, I don't know, if you like Sea of Stars. If you like games with good stories and good characters, play this game. It's an awesome game. It just had a big update for its 5th birthday, 5th anniversary. They added a bunch of new content, tweaked some shit. Next up. Anyway, I need to finish this game, okay? I need to finish Bug Fables for my own good. Content warning. Content warning, I gotta say I didn't love. I don't think it's for me. I didn't love the loop of the game, and also it felt like the view or whatever threshold that you needed to hit seemed high. And maybe, I don't know, maybe that's just because I was new, or as a group we weren't trying too hard. I don't know, but I wasn't hooked. What is Bug Fables available on? Steam, Switch, PlayStation, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Game Pass. Fucking everything. Google it. Bug Fables is awesome. Content warning, I have no desire to play again unless a group of people is like, since I own it already, if a group of people is like, hey, we're playing content warning, I'll fire it up. But unlikely, I think. Fortnite's going in the definitely, at least for right now, because there's a group of you who are playing Fortnite who have indoctrinated me. I have drank the Kool-Aid. Fortnite is awesome. Fortnite Festival is great. Rocket Racing is surprisingly good. But Fortnite Battle Royale, I think I had this weird stigma about it for years. Just because of internet rhetoric, etc. Right? I was like, shit game for shit people. That's really harsh. That's not what I thought. I did think shit game because I've had this like negative idea about Epic in particular, and I still don't know that I totally love Epic for what it's worth. I do not have any Minty Pickaxe codes. That's another. I worked at GameStop during the Minty Pickaxe epidemic. It was a nightmare. Anyway, I had one of my like adult coworkers from my other job, because I worked at a radio station and I worked at GameStop, and one of my coworkers from the radio station was like, "Can you get me a Minty Pickaxe code to get so I can give to my son?" And I had to be like, "No, you actually have to come to the store." And he was annoyed with me because I told him, "No, I can't bring you the Minty Pickaxe code. You have to come to a store," because I was like, my boss will get mad at me if I take a bunch of Minty Pickaxes and dole them out to my coworkers. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, Fortnite's really good. As far as like, I have really no desire to play Fortnite solo. But I think I am more likely to play it with people. So it's an inevitability, I think. Give me a code now. Your kid is dying. My condolences. I wish them well. He has typhoid fever and needs a Minty Pickaxe. Gotta go to GameStop. Sorry. Gotta go to GameStop. My Sims. Yeah, no, I'm mean tonight. This game stinks. This game sucks. It's not fun. The building in it like doesn't work. I think if I was able to play with a keyboard and mouse, or even play the original version on the Wii in 2007 with a Wiimote and actually be able to point at the screen, I think that would have been a lot more fun. If for Shab is going to be disappointed, that's fine. That's okay. That's 2 years in a row that Shab has picked a Sims game. I don't vibe with the Sims, I fear. That is not for me. And that's fine. It's your request. You request the games that you want to see. That's fine. That doesn't mean that you need to request a game that you think I'm going to like. You request a game that you want to see me play. That's the whole point, right? But the Switch version The Switch version of this game I don't think is good. This is coming out on Steam in March, okay? So that's like that's the silver lining I think I can give this game, is play it with a keyboard and mouse. You will have a better time if you haven't already gotten it for yourself on Switch or whatever console. I don't know if it's come out on other consoles, the Cozy Bundle or whatever. If you can find an original, Matt Tam and I were at the game store the other day. I saw this for the Wii for like $15. That probably, again, would have been a better experience than the Switch version. But just like, even the controls aside, building a house and specifically building the furniture, you have to build so much fucking furniture in this game, dude, and it's not fun to do. That's like the bulk of the gameplay as far as I can tell. Walking around is fine, talking to people, whatever, right? But it's just like chores. I didn't like it at all. I hope I never have to play it again. I would try Kingdom, because I've heard that I would try Kingdom, okay? I would try Kingdom, but this one, no thank you. Ocarina of Time. Wow. Look at the juxtaposition is insane. To go from this, I mean, yeah, that goes without saying. This was one of the longest Request-A-Thon 2 streams that we did. And I've never played Ocarina before Request-A-Thon 2. I don't know if I've ever said that on stream before, but I've never played Ocarina before. Certainly not in any real capacity. I really want to keep playing Ocarina, surprise, surprise. However, I'm going to play the 3DS version. I own the 3DS version. I feel like I should play that version. I think the updated controls for that version, and then also what the 3DS version adds to the touchscreen for menuing and stuff. I think I'm going to have a great time playing Ocarina on the 3DS. And I would like to... This is probably not going to be something that I do on stream. Just in my own time, I would like to play the 3D Zeldas. But if you're interested, Cassie is streaming all of the 3D Zeldas, or they plan to stream all of the 3D Zeldas on Twitch. They're starting with Ocarina. They're currently in the middle of playing Ocarina. They're also playing Pokemon games in region order. So they're starting with Kanto, playing Fire Red right now, and having a grand old time. So make sure, I don't know if /shoutout just_Kiyoshi. Go follow Cassie. Cassie's awesome. We love Cassie, obviously. Cassie is currently streaming Ocarina and Fire Red. Yeah, but I think I would like to do the 3D Zeldas just in my own time. And again, the 3DS version of both Ocarina and Majora's Mask. Well, I don't know, but the Switch Online N64 controls are they function, but they're not like awesome, right? I think they work if that's all you have access to, but again, I think the 3DS version of Ocarina would be ideal. But yeah, I had a really good time with Ocarina. I think Ocarina could actually really benefit from like a proper remake. I think it might be time. Like we could, I feel like we could maybe see an Ocarina remake on the Switch too, right? I feel like it's due, you know, because the 3DS version, it's a port, right? I think it's high time we see like a honest to goodness remake. When will requests be open for Request-A-Thon 3? November 2025. So we gotta wait, I don't know, 10 months or whatever. So hang on to your game, Sly Pup. I'll see you in like 10 months for Request-A-Thon 3. Okay, Pikmin 2. Yeah, I'm probably gonna play this one again. The reason it's not definitely is because it's a little less of a priority. But I would like to play the Pikmins in order. It's been as long since the 3DS one as it was when the 3DS version came out compared to the N64 one. Yep. Yeah. Right? I know. But it would make sense for them to release a remake of Ocarina, like a fully fledged, updated, modernized remake. I think would be crazy. Pikmin 2 was good. I liked Pikmin 2. I liked the cave thing. I liked that time did not move or time did not flow in the caves, because one of the most stressful things about Pikmin 1 is just the time is always on the move, and I like to take my time and like kind of check every nook and cranny and look around and stuff. So I liked the caves of Pikmin 2, and otherwise I think Pikmin's great. It hasn't totally clicked for me yet. And I also thought one of the boss fights was a little boring. But otherwise, I had a good time, and I would like to play more Pikmin. It's just it's lower on the priority list. Oh my god. So if you didn't read the mini reviews, spoilers, Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 was the only game to get a 10 out of 10. Okay? And scores out of 10 are whatever, it's subjective, and all of these ratings are, again, based on first impressions, and this is a game that is incredibly nostalgic for me from my childhood. Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 is maybe the perfect management sim. I could play this game forever. It's awesome. I think if you haven't tried Roller Coaster Tycoon, I think it's worth maybe trying. Even if you don't want to play like the original Tycoon 1 or Tycoon 2. They put out Roller Coaster Tycoon Classic. They put it on the Switch, which if that's your only option, you could do. But I think similarly to My Sims, honestly, you ought to play these games with the keyboard and mouse, particularly a mouse, right? They were designed by Chris Sawyer to be played with a mouse. Yeah, it's perfect. It's awesome. I have no complaints or notes about Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. It's awesome. Congrats on the whale shark. I think, I just, one of the best parts of that game is like, you kind of get horse blinders on, and you kind of zone out. Like, I wasn't very good at reading chat during the Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 stream because I was so like zoned in on playing the game. And then, but you do that for like an hour or so, and then you just kind of like zoom the camera out and appreciate everything that you've built so far in your park, and just like chill for a bit and just like watch the simulation happen and watch the guests do their thing, and rides break down and your mechanics go fix them, and someone lets a balloon go and then it pops once it gets high enough. I think it looks incredible still. I think the visuals for that game are like so good and like obviously deeply nostalgic, but still like hold up to this day. Really, really well drawn pixel art. The sound effects for Roller Coaster Tycoon are like burned into my brain in a good way. And the mechanics go on strike and form a union, and you have to give them a raise and lay off the ticket booth people, and it impacts revenue streams and your park closes. Luckily, there's no unionizing in Roller Coaster Tycoon 2. But if there was, you better believe I'm going to be busting those unions just like my girl Toadette. Anyway, Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers, I think I will probably play again. In all likelihood. It's a little bit less of a priority just because I think Balatro is taking that space for me currently. Even like I think Slay the Spire is taking that space for me a bit. So maybe if I like played enough of those games that I felt like I could move on from them, then I would probably move to Degenerate Gamblers. The thing that I was left a little cold by with Gamblers, and I don't know that there's much that they could have done about this, is so often during the fights you are just kind of waiting for either you to score a little bit better than your opponent and do like 1 or 2 points of chip damage, or you were waiting for your opponent to bust and then you smack them for a bunch of damage. But like, as much as there's strategies and synergies and all this good stuff, it's, I think just because of the nature of it being blackjack, you are just kind of waiting until you get a good hand. At least the way I was playing very defensively, where I was like really trying not to bust, because then if I was like, okay, I can just stomach taking a little bit of damage until eventually I can smack my opponent. And it was unfortunately just a matter of like waiting for that to happen, and there wasn't much input that I could make to change that. But that doesn't, it's and that's not to say that there aren't strategies and synergies. There absolutely are. I just don't know that they're like, that they provide enough maybe like agency for you. And so I don't know, a lot of it boiled down to just waiting for my opponent to bust or whatever. But the cards themselves in the game, particularly any of the cards that are like referencing other card games, you know, it feels like they make a cameo in this game, which is really fun. So I think this is a good game. It just maybe didn't click for me as much as I was hoping it would. And it's also hard with the timing of its release. I think like it is both a good thing and a bad thing that this game is compared to Balatro, because I think if you already like Balatro, this game is an easy recommendation. But also, this game is not as good as Balatro, and that's a hard... Balatro is maybe a perfect video game. That's a hard bar to meet. So it's good and bad in that regard for gamblers. But a good game. I will probably return to it at some point. Less of a priority at the moment. Echoes of Wisdom, yeah. Oh yeah. Really good. Really fun. I really enjoyed just the different way that this game asks you to like think about solving its stuff and interacting with its world, and keeping this like Rolodex of possibilities like at the front of your mind at all times about like, what do I have access to currently and what could I potentially do in this moment right now to overcome this obstacle or whatever. I think Echoes is awesome. I think I truly don't understand the like lukewarm reception that it got from people. I think it's outstanding, and I cannot wait to play more of it. And if it doesn't win the vote, so be it. I'm absolutely going to play this one on my own time. Yeah, if you haven't gotten, if you're a Zelda fan, this one's a no-brainer. But I mean, I don't know. It's just a good game. I think I appreciate that like combat isn't the focus. It's just like, and it's unfortunate even that like they give you the option to swing a sword. Why? That's not the point of this game. That's not the, why would you, and the sword swinging is like one of the mechanics that like enables you to solve some puzzles, but it's also like for specific stuff. But it also, because they give you the option for the sword mechanic, it's kind of like, why would you, when you have access to so many other options in this game, why would you swing a sword when you can do that in every other Zelda game where you play as Link? Anyway, this game is awesome. Play this game. Isaac. I'll probably play Isaac again. I played Isaac for the first time, I think when I was in like middle school or something, and I wasn't very good at it. And based on the stream the other night, I'm still not very good at it, but I really like it. I think I prefer Enter the Gungeon. So like if I'm in the mood to play a game like Isaac, I'm probably going to lean more towards Gungeon. What's going on, K9? Great to see you. But I mean, Isaac is like, I don't think Gungeon, pardon me, would exist without Isaac. I think Isaac is a really important game if you've never played it, almost for like gaming, like modern gaming history. Actual baby, yeah, 27-year-old baby. What was I saying? Yeah, I think for gaming history, both Isaac and Spelunky, I think are worth playing, both because they're good games and they're good roguelikes, but also just to like see where the indie roguelike thing kind of started to happen and become more of a trend, I guess. But like it was a good, I think it was a good thing to happen for indie games is make I don't know, just I don't know. I think it, again, the whole roguelike thing, I think it led to a lot of, I think it, like Slay the Spire, Balatro, you know, not even strictly like action games, like top-down action games like Isaac. Yeah, I think, I don't know, they just opened the door for a lot of games, a lot of run-based games to pop off. So yeah. And I haven't tried like new Isaac. Like I think the newest version of Isaac is like Repentance or something is the subtitle. So I would love to try like updated Isaac. Cause again, this version that we played came out in 2012. It's 13 years old. That's a while ago. Anyway, but yeah, Isaac's great. It's again, less of a priority. That's kind of what this category is for, but you know, how does it compare to a game like Farming Simulator 22? Well, I've never played that one, so you might have to request that one for Request-A-Thon 3. Undertale! So this game was the winner for December, okay? This game is going up one other game to continue to be played until we roll credits on it. And Undertale, I think, is really close to a 10 out of 10. I think the only thing that I maybe take issue with in Undertale that I think could be really easily updated is... What did I don't remember. I wrote this in the mini review. I think it might have been something to do with pacing. Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm insane for not giving it a 10. I think I was just being really nitpicky. It's like a 9.9, you know? It was like a very small thing with this game. But it's still like, it's awesome. It's so well written and the characters are like incredible. And I think the combat and that system, the moving, the like bullet hell built into an RPG is so interesting. And it's kind of incredible that Toby Fox was like, what if this turn-based RPG had a bullet hell built into it? That's really cool. That's what an interesting way, because so many timing-based RPGs, your Paper Mario, your Sea of Stars, your Bug Fables, right? They're more interesting as RPGs just because they're more interactive. But what if instead of just timing a button input, you played like 8 seconds of a bullet hell? Isn't that's brilliant, dude? That's fucking brilliant. Anyway, I think just because of when this game released, it could benefit from just like a new coat of paint, a little bit of TLC, a little bit of like smoothing out some of its edges. That's all. That's all I'm saying. It is like so very close to perfect, and it just, I think, needs someone to go in and like smooth it out a little bit. That's all. A little bit, right? But it's a great game. And if it wins, I won't be mad. Okay? I would love to play more of this game. In Stars in Time, right up next to Undertale. In Stars in Time, really good. Okay? So if you already have played Undertale, or any of the games in like that sphere, right? In Stars in Time is really, really cool. If you weren't here for the stream for this game, the hook or like the gimmick maybe for this game is really cool. And if you haven't seen it yet, I don't want to ruin that for you. But it's really cool. I think you should play this game, and especially if you already like Undertale. This is such a no-brainer, dude. That was the super late stream. It was. I felt bad about how late I was starting, and I felt bad that Goth wasn't able to see it. But I would say, like, don't go watch the VOD for this stream. Play this game yourself, because it's really cool to discover, like, the surprises that this game has to offer. And again, really good characters, really well written, really interesting turn-based RPG combat gimmick or mechanic, okay, involving rock, paper, scissors. But there is like a story, there is like a pretty significant story and also mechanical hook to this game. And if you don't know what it is yet, I don't want to tell you what it is, because it's very fun to see it unravel in front of you, okay? Mega Man Legends. I think this was my, like, surprise hit. I thought this game was going to control like ass and also just not be very good. And I couldn't have been more wrong. This was one of my favorites of the entire thing, and I actually can't wait to play more of it in my own time. I would, as much as the controls are, you know, not like optimized, I actually kind of got used to them at like maybe halfway through the playthrough. And I think one of the coolest parts of playing this game is that because I got hit by that car as soon as I entered the town or whatever, I made the first of many Request-A-Thon related shorts. And so I think if I didn't get hit by that car, none of that would have happened. I think I needed to get hit by that car to learn how to make YouTube shorts. So anyway, I think Legends is awesome. I think it's, if you haven't played it, if you have access to it, if you're able to play it, if you're able to find a way to play it, you should play it. It's awesome. And there's a Mega Man Legends 2. It's really, I don't know. I think Mega Man is really funny. Like, tonally, the series is so different. Like, Mega Man X4 is next, and that's like a kind of a serious game, but Legends is such like a goofy, like, Saturday morning cartoon that it was just like more fun to spend time in. And it was awesome. And yeah, I can't wait to play more Legends. And again, the controls were I dare say I got used to them at some point, which was sick. X4, maybe someday. This is our first maybe someday. So this was one of the games that, believe it or not, we rolled credits on, but only because I played the easy mode, which is available in the Mega Man X collection. So because I played the easy mode, I was able to get to the credits for this game. I think if I didn't have access to that, we never would have beaten a single stage, okay? So it's kind of like a big jump from like base Mega Man X, the way that God intended, versus the collection easy mode. I kind of wish there was like a difficulty somewhere in the middle, right? That was like not quite as easy as easy mode, but not as difficult as the base game, just because easy mode was like a little too brainless. It was great that it allowed me to like see the game and get through it and experience it, and that's probably primarily what that mode is for. I think it would have been great if there was a happy medium between the two, but otherwise X4 on its own, great game, just hard. That's all. And I don't think I have the patience to get good at Mega Man at this point. So I appreciate that the easy mode is there in the collection. And I think if I play any of the other X games, maybe not X1 because I'm a little bit more familiar with that one, but maybe the rest of them, if I just wanted to like see them, probably I might end up playing them on easy mode. But also there's this weird, I don't know, like gamer guilt, unfortunately, about playing it on easy mode, which sucks. It sucks that I like feel that. I shouldn't. I played the game. Who cares, right? Anyway, but good game. I had fun with it. Just we rolled credits with it already. I don't know that I don't know. Maybe if I decide to play all of the X's in a row someday. Yeah. Fucking. So this one's really weird because I do really want to continue playing Metal Gear Solid 3, but I actually wish I wasn't the one pushing the buttons. Experiencing the story of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was really fun, and it's the first Kojima game that I've ever played, and I totally understand why people love these games because they're so wacky and funny, and like everyone is taking it so serious. Like everyone within the game itself is taking the events of the game so seriously, but like the characters themselves are so deeply unserious. Ocelot comes to mind as being like a fucking nut job, and so many like I don't know, maybe fourth wall instances. The RB button, dude, during some of the cutscenes, it was insane, and I couldn't believe it. But I do not like playing this game in that I don't like wrestling with the controls, and I don't like stealth. But in spite of that, I would actually love to continue playing this game because I think the story that it's telling and the characters that it has are so strong. But I would really just like to watch someone else play it and like be in the room while they do. Banjo-Tooie is really good. That one again is currently winning this last week's poll. So if you haven't voted in the poll already, jump in the Discord and vote. Maybe you listen if you want Banjo-Tooie to secure the W, get in there. Tooie was also great. I really liked Kazooie, and Tooie just like adds to it like literally, in that like it gives you a whole bunch of new cool moves. But the particularly the first level that we did, like pretty much the entire stream, there was like a little bit of the beginning of the game that we did getting up to actually going into the first level. But then the amount of different shit that you do in the first level alone is actually outrageous. Like, particularly the first-person shooter section, the golden eye of it all, the smallest, most boring level. If that was the most boring level, then the rest of this game, like, I cannot wait to experience the rest of this game. What I will say is I think, prefer, personally, to, like, roll credits on Kazooie, like, the first game first, before maybe continuing to play this game. I know that you don't like necessarily need to, and particularly because Tooie effectively spoils the ending of Kazooie, and that makes sense. It's a direct sequel. It's probably supposed to. But yeah, Tooie was really fun. It still controls really well. I think they did a phenomenal job fine-tuning that game. And I think Tooie also like kind of remedied all of my critiques of Kazooie, where when you die, I think you lose your notes, right? And then Tooie, they fixed that. During the boss fight, in the first boss fight that we did in the first-person shooter section, or the boomer shooter section, whichever you prefer, the not having lives for that boss fight and just letting you, like, if you lost, just run through that dungeon again. Initially I was annoyed because I was like, oh, I wish it just put me at the door of the boss, but actually running through that little dungeon again took like 30 seconds or something. It was no big deal. Yeah, Stony Banjo is maybe my favorite. I love his waddle. The only thing that I have to say about Banjo-Tooie, and this is what I lost my mind about, okay? This is what I crashed out about on twitch.tv/Caprio_. The reticle is so sensitive when you're in first person mode and you're trying to shoot with the eggs. Dude, I challenge any of you who aren't YG organization, okay? Before you say anything about me complaining about the reticle in this goddamn game, it is so touchy and sensitive. I can't believe it. For how fine-tuned the rest of like the mechanics in this game are, for that to be so bad is kind of like, how did they let that slip, right? How did that fall through the cracks? That one thing, right? They had the whole first-person shooter section of the game, and then they added like an ability to shoot eggs out of Kazooie or whatever in first-person mode wherever you are in the world, right? Why is aiming in that mode so bad? That's my 2 cents on Banjo-Tooie. That's what I'm saying. Is I have no doubt that there was either none or very little playtesting for that reticle. It's dog shit. Otherwise, great game. Pizza Possum was fun. I think this was another one that we didn't necessarily roll credits on because I didn't get the triple crown because I wasn't good enough at the game. So we didn't actually like see the true ending for Pizza Possum. But we did get to double crown, I think, twice or something. And what that entails, if you weren't there for Pizza Possum, is this is a game where you have to run to the top of a hill and eat a giant pizza, and then when you do, you get the crown of like the queen or whatever, who is about to eat the pizza. You steal the queen's crown. So then the first time you do that, once you have the crown, you need to do that whole thing again. Run to the top of the hill, eat the pizza again, all the while that you're wearing the crown, not getting caught by any of the police dogs or whatever that are trying to catch you as you make your way up the hill. If you get to the top of the hill and eat the pizza 3 times in a row, and during the second and third run, you cannot get caught once, otherwise it fully resets you, okay? So I never did this, all right? And I gotta be honest, I don't have much of a desire to do this, but the one session that we did have with this game was fun, and I think this is actually a recommendation for like if you're looking for a fun couch co-op multiplayer game that's maybe a little chaotic. Like I think if you like Overcooked, for instance, this is like another like actually cooperative where you're not like going against. Sorry, I burped while I was speaking. I'm like John Mulaney, like trying to set someone up with his real estate agent for their trip to Italy or whatever. Anyway, it's nice to have like a couch co-op game where you're both working towards the same thing rather than like going against each other. So this is one of those, I think, good games. What's going on, Toaster? Yes, I did get a haircut. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing and saying that there's not anything wrong with it. The glazing is crazy, by the way. So Pizza Possum is fun. It's a very short game. I think you could probably experience the bulk of this game in an afternoon. So I would also put this game in the same category as like a short hike, little gator game, another game that we're about to put on the tier list in just a second here, Little Kitty Big City, and Pizza Possum. I think Pizza Possum could also fit in this like games you could play in an afternoon that are like a good quality short experience. That's Pizza Possum. I just, it's in maybe someday if I decide maybe to try to 100% it on Steam, but that's not really a priority. Link to the Past. Yeah, I would like to roll credits on this one someday. And so now, so far on the Switch Online SNES collection, I've got 2 save files for this game. So I'll continue one of them probably at some point. Link to the Past, I think it's kind of in between these two for me, just in that it's a little bit less of a priority, but like I think top-down Zeldas are more of a priority than anything that is in the probably category. But like I think Echoes I would like to play maybe more than Link to the Past. And then also I think because of Echoes I would actually like to play the Link's Awakening remake that is on Switch in the same style as Echoes. Also maybe more than Link to the Past. Link Between Worlds I never beat. So there's a few like top-down Zeldas that I would like to get to. But Link to the Past is definitely one of them. I did have fun playing it and I do like it. I don't know though like what really to say about it. Oh, other than that one dude, that optional dude in the town that I tried running after to catch him for like 10 minutes or something. That sucked. Otherwise, great game. Little Kitty Big City. This is another maybe someday, but like again, just because we already rolled credits on it. So it's a little like, well, you know what? I would, this was such like a fun time. It was a fun time, but also I've like seen it all already. And a lot of the joy in this game was like seeing stuff in it for the first time. But I think like if I went long enough and forgot enough of what happened in this game, but this game is so cute, dude. I think obviously if you like cats, this one is a no-brainer. But again, it's in the same category. If you like Short Hike, Lil Gator game, I think you will like Little Kitty Big City. It's yet another like quality afternoon length 3D platformer. It's really, really good, and so many of the animations are fucking adorable, dude. And they put so much care and detail into the animations of the cat, but then also so many of the other animals that you meet along the way. Really great game. Yeah, you should play this game if you ever see it on sale. It's on Steam, it's on Switch. I imagine it's on other consoles. You should play this game. Little Nightmares, I would actually probably play again. I don't like horror stuff. I've mentioned that time and time again, but this one wasn't actually too bad for me. It was a little more maybe like Goosebumps, or like maybe like kid friendly horror. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was. I actually had a good time with it. I liked most of the puzzle solving stuff. I think if I remember correctly, how I was feeling after I played it, there are some stealth sections that I think I could take or leave, where you're just kind of, again, anytime where you're just kind of like waiting for a character to move one direction so you can go the other. Shouts out Harry and the boys, rest in peace Liam. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of forgetting. It's been a minute since we played this one. And also a lot of the other ones I kind of have a better idea of what to say about them, because I wrote a bunch. I finished writing the rest of the reviews last night, so they're a little bit more fresh. But yeah, I think all in all, I had a good time with this one, and I think it interested me enough that I would like to play it again. Especially, I think, because we got like over 50% of the way finished with it. So yeah, I think I would like to at least roll credits on this one, and then I don't know, maybe play one of its sequels at a later date. But yeah, this one at least I think is good, and it was fun. SnowRunner's gonna go in probably. Just because I'm gonna play this game multiplayer with my friends, I have no doubt. Because that's how this game started to begin with. Is I saw a clip on Instagram of a couple of guys playing this game and having a good time, and I was like, LOL, truck game, that seems fun. And then I got a bunch of my friends to play it, and then I realized I don't actually like it that much, but it is kind of just like it's like a fun hang kind of game. And it's not something that I'm going to play solo ever, I don't think. But I don't know, if you like trucks, what kind of recommendation is that? If you like trucks? Are you kidding me? Anyway, SnowRunner's pretty good. It is more fun with a group of friends, though. It's much more fun with a group of friends. Teamfight Tactics, I think I will definitely play again. For similar reasons as Fortnite, I don't think I'll play this one solo ever. It doesn't interest me to like grind ranked in TFT. But again, it's a really great social game with a group, and the synergies that you can build are very satisfying. If you can like get a good board built up. It feels really good to have everything kind of working together and have all of your synergies. The biggest issue that I'm having with TFT, I think, and this will be alleviated just with more time playing it, is just figuring out which resources and which characters are like worth investing in, and also like with items, just kind of getting to know items and like what is what, which items combine to make which items, and which of those items go on which characters. And during the game, doing all of that reading is really tough when you have a limited amount of time every round or whatever to make your decisions. Also, reading the descriptions of shit to figure out what anything is just kills the clock, and then you run out of time to do anything, and then you fall behind, and so on and so forth. Jaden Smith Castle on head, you got it. Let's take a little break because I've been talking for like a while. Jaden Smith Castle hat. Images. Hell yeah. God, it's so funny. I can't... No, it's not. I was going to say I can't tell if it's drip or whatever the opposite of drip is. What's the opposite of drip? Anyway, it's not. It's whatever the opposite of drip is. It's so silly. Y'all are going to love this. Hell yeah, there he is. My favorite all caps tweeter. So here, let me make this actually. Let's give this its due. This was Jaden Smith at the Grammys on Sunday. Just wearing a castle hat thing. It's sick. It is really good. All right, thank you, Kay, for that. Redeem. Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. I'm definitely gonna play this game again, okay? And here's why. One, I want to like Sonic, okay? I am willing to give Sonic the time of day because I think Sonic is awesome and they have such incredible characters. I think I need to get good at playing 3D Sonic. I don't think it's the games, I think it's the player with this one, okay? Chow Garden fucking slaps, brother. Chow Garden is awesome, okay? I cannot wait to spend more time in the Chow Garden, all right? Unrelated to Request... Separate from Request-A-Thon. Chow Garden streams will be coming in 2025. Stay tuned. I cannot wait, dude, to sink our teeth into the Chow Garden. If I never play Spooky's Jumpscare Mansion again, it'll be too soon. Ape Escape 2, really cool, really awesome. So I've mentioned this before. Ape Escape 1 on the PlayStation 1. I'm just a Choa. Copy your new favorite YouTuber, Choa. Ape Escape is really nostalgic for me, but I've never played Ape Escape 2 before. Ape Escape 2 is really good. I can't wait to play more of this one. Also, both of the PlayStation 1 games that we emulated were both really good. Legends and Ape Escape 2. I would love to. I don't collect PlayStation at all. I pretty much just collect Nintendo. And I'm starting to worry. I'm starting to get this like bubbling, like, I think I want to start also owning some PlayStation games, which is really scary because I don't want to spend more money on video games. But also I think it would be so cool to like own and not have to emulate anymore. But the option, the fact that that being able to emulate is there. It's very nice. But yeah, Ape Escape 2 was really fun. Controlled well, really just like, I don't know, I don't know. It's just I think one of the best, and I said this before, one of the best feeling things in that game, is just catching a monkey in your net. Just the pomp and circumstance that happens on screen, but also like the rumble of the controller. It's like it becomes like a tactile thing. I don't know. I think it's really good. And I think one of my favorite shorts that was made of any of these games is the Ape Escape 2 one, where I said that a bird had two weeks in a Bing. I think that kills me still. Anyway, yeah, I can't wait to play more Ape Escape 2. It's really good. Also, the mini games, we only unlocked one, and it seemed like there were maybe 3 mini games. And the first one was almost like a Dance Dance Revolution, but you controlled it with like the sticks of the controller, which was funny. Anyway, I'm interested to see what the other mini games in Ape Escape 2 are as well. When I actually managed to get a monkey in your net, mods, get him. Wait. Backpack Hero is awesome. Backpack Hero is really fun. I feel like we barely scratched the surface with the synergies that Backpack Hero has to offer. Because there was a bunch of shit that it seemed like we could do regarding sunlight and mana and structures, that we could, all of those other things that seemed to work together that we never even really got into. But I think one of the genius things about Backpack Hero is actually framing and easing you into its run based gameplay by giving you a story mode and having the levels, quote unquote, of the story mode be I don't know, shorter versions of what a full run of this game would be. And from the outset, we never did this, but from the outset, there's a quick play option that I assume you can just do a full regular run of this game if you wanted to from there. But I think, again, adding the framing of the story mode really eases you into the game, having opportunities to teach you about specific stuff, and also give you a sense of progression. Separate from doing the runs themselves, you're also rebuilding your town and stuff. But I really liked the way that Backpack Hero made me think in order to make stuff work and synergize together. And I absolutely want to play more of this one. But I think I don't know that I necessarily would treat it as a roguelike, even though it is. I think I would almost treat it as a single player thing because of its story mode, right? Anyway, it's really good. I don't know, Balatro, Slay the Spire, all of those games, if you like those, I think you will enjoy Backpack Hero quite a bit. Fire Emblem and the Blazing Blade. So, Fire Emblem has never fully clicked for me, even though I similarly maybe with Sonic, I don't know. I would like to be more of a fan of Fire Emblem. It just, again, it hasn't really happened yet. Blazing Blade is the closest I think I've ever come, though, just because it did not really waste its time getting you from level to level. The amount of exposition in between was pretty light, all things considered. Because I didn't totally vibe in Three Houses with the school sections in between the levels, and I think that's more of a personal thing. It's just I'm not really there for that. I'm not really there for the character relations of it all. I am just there to play a tactics game, right? So I really like Blazing Blade because of that. I really appreciated everything that the prologue was doing as far as tutorialization. I felt like I was kind of grasping properly what I was supposed to be grasping, and I think also it does a great job of kind of easing you into letting you start to make your own decisions. And there's still the safety net in the prologue of if one of your characters dies, and one of ours did, they're not dead. The permadeath doesn't actually begin until after you finish the prologue and the game proper begins. That's when the permadeath begins. But in the prologue, you have this sort of safety net where if a character dies, they're incapacitated or whatever, or they're injured in some way, they have a broken arm, broken leg or something, they're not dead, they can't fight for you throughout the rest of the prologue, and you will have the ability to fight with them again once the game proper starts. And then if anyone dies, well, that's curtains, but that's Fire Emblem at the end of the day. But that is maybe a concern for me with this game, is like, at least in more modern Fire Emblems, there is the option to play casual, right? To turn permadeath off. So that is maybe one concern for Blazing Blade, but I really I don't know. I have such a soft spot for like GBA games in general. I thought the sprite work in this game was awesome, and particularly the way that the sprites were animated, I think, was like so smooth and cool. I have a big crush on Wrath, so that's a bonus. And I think I've held that like Fire Emblem Awakening is the Fire Emblem that I want to like play in my own time. If I ever decide to like really get into a Fire Emblem, I think Awakening is the one that I want to go back to, but I think I'm kind of changing that now, and I think I would actually continue. I would prefer to just continue the playthrough that we have of Blazing Blade instead. Hey, I have a really interesting idea. Let's judge one of these games off of just its tutorial and not finish that tutorial. That's Request-A-Thon, baby! Thanks for finally catching up with the rest of us, Droomish. I'm glad I tried Roblox, because it confirmed for me that I was like correct to be suspicious of Roblox. Roblox sucks. Roblox is no good. Roblox blows chunks, and it is a huge waste of time. And that's Request-A-Thon 2, baby. Thank you for being here. Logan was target ball the whole time. I know.